Hello students, today we are going to do quick revision of the chapter AC circuits as usual in two forms, subjective form, objective form. So in subjective revision I will do the revision of important facts and concepts which are important for examination. Okay, so let us start the revision. Alternating signal gives AC circuits, and the alternating signal is represented in two ways. First is alternating current, alternating EMF. Alternating EMF is represented by E is equal to E0 sin omega t, where E0 is peak value of EMF and omega is angular frequency. Alternating current is represented by I is equal to I0 sin omega t, where I0 is peak value of current. Now this particular, if you consider basically alternating circuit, then definitely there are three values. First one is peak value, second one is average value, third one is RMS value. So peak value is the maximum value of current or EMF. Average value means we have to take average of all values of EMF and current over the half cycle, and RMS value means IRMS is I0 by root 2 and ERMS is E0 by root 2, where I0 and E0 are the peak values of EMF and current. Now if we observe carefully, these alternating circuits can be divided into three subparts: pure resistive, pure inductor, pure capacitor. So this is a pure resistive circuit. So in pure resistive circuit, if you observe, the applied EMF and resulting current are in phase. If you draw the phasor diagram, then instantaneous EMF and instantaneous current are in phase. So they are going one after another. It means they are along with each other, hand to hand each other. There is no any time difference. So whenever the alternating EMF reaches to maximum value, at the same time alternating current also reaches to maximum value. Then in pure inductor circuit, what happens? The current flowing through pure inductive circuit is lags behind the EMF by 90 degrees. So this is a EMF and this is current, so current lags behind the EMF by 90 degrees. Then pure capacitor. In pure capacitive circuit, the applied EMF lag behind the resulting current by 90 degrees. So in pure inductive circuit, current lags, but in pure capacitive circuit, current leads by exactly 90 degrees because it is pure inductive circuits. Then inductive reactance. It is the opposition offered by inductor for the flow of AC current, and it is denoted by XL is equal to omega L. Omega can be written as 2 pi f, so XL is 2 pi FL. Clear? Okay. Then capacitive reactance. Capacitive reactance can be written as Xc is equal to 1 upon omega C. So this 1 upon omega is written as 2 pi f. So it is 1 upon 2 pi Fc. Xc is 1 upon 2 pi Fc. Then basically phasors. We discuss phasors also. Phasors are the rotating vectors which represent alternating quantity. Then powers in AC circuit, that is if you consider pure resistive circuit, then average power is ERMS into IRMS. But if you consider pure AC circuit with inductor, average power is 0. If you consider pure AC circuit with capacitor only, average power is 0. And if you consider LCR circuit and power, if you calculate average power, that average power is ERMS into IRMS into cos phi. Clear? Okay. Then LC oscillations. Process of charging and discharging of capacitor is repeated and energy is taken from the source and keeps on oscillating L and C. So energy which is obtained from the source is exchanged between L and C, and this process is called as oscillations. Then basically important point is what? Resonance, electric resonance. In series LCR circuit, R, L, C are connected in series. So in series LCR circuit, at resonance, XL is equal to XC. So resonant frequency FR is 1 upon 2 pi root LC, and current reaches to its maximum value at one particular frequency, which is called as resonant frequency. In parallel LCR circuit, at resonance, XL is equal to XC, FR is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root LC, and if you draw the graph of the current versus frequency, then current reaches to minimum value at resonant frequency. That's why series LCR circuit is called as frequency acceptor circuit and parallel LCR circuit is called as frequency rejector circuit. Clear why this is called as frequency rejector and frequency acceptor? Because in frequency acceptor circuit, at resonant frequency, current reaches to maximum value, and in frequency rejector circuit, at resonant frequency, current reaches to its minimum value. Then, if you observe, in series LCR circuit, the impedance of the circuit Z is equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square, and XC is equal to 1 upon 2 pi FC and XL is equal to 2 pi FL. Clear? So this is about series LCR circuit with respect to resonant frequency and impedance and resonance curve. Okay. So resonance means inductive reactance is equal to capacitive reactance. Then after discussing all these facts, we have completed the important facts about AC circuits. Clear? So these are all are important facts that you have to remember while studying the AC circuit chapter. So once you revise all this content, it becomes easier for you to recall the concept while means further when you what we can say write the examination. What content you have to study, that you should remember with the help of such kind of revisions. So that's why I took the quick quick revision with respect to theoretical aspect in part 1. In the part 2, I will cover important formulas which are required to solve numericals in the AC circuits. Now we are going to do the quick revision of important formulae which are the part 2 of this particular revision lecture of alternating circuits. So important formulas we are going to discuss. Alternating EMF E is equal to E0 sin omega t, in which omega is angular frequency and time t is any time t at which we are interested to calculate the EMF. Then alternating current I is equal to I0 sin of omega t plus alpha, where alpha is the phase difference between current and EMF. Then average value I average is equal to 0.637 times I0, where I0 is the peak value of current. Then RMS value of EMF, alternating EMF, that is ERMS, is E0 by root 2. Then RMS value of current IRMS is equal to I0 upon root 2. Then heat dissipated by sinusoidally varying current is given by H is equal to IRMS square into R into 2 pi by omega. Then for pure inductor circuit, I is equal to I0 sin of omega t minus pi by 2. For then the inductive reactance XL is equal to ERMS upon IRMS equal to omega L is equal to 2 pi FL, where F is the frequency and L is the inductance. Then for pure capacitor, I is equal to I0 sin of omega t plus pi by 2. It means current leads the EMF by pi by 2. For capacitive reactance XC is equal to ERMS upon IRMS, which is equal to 1 upon omega c, where omega is the angular frequency. Then impedance in LCR series LCR circuit, Z equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. Then the extension of this formula is for LR circuit, C is 0, so X is 0, that's why Z is square root of R square plus XL square. Then in RC circuit, Z is equal to square root of R square plus XC square. Now average power P average is equal to ERMS into IRMS into cos phi, where cos phi is the power factor. Then power factor cos phi is equal to R upon Z, which is true power upon apparent power. So true power is ERMS into IRMS into cos phi, and apparent power is ERMS into IRMS. Then phase difference phi is equal to tan inverse XL minus XC upon R. Resonant frequency Fr is equal to 1 upon 2 pi square root LC. This is very important formula. Many times direct question is asked from on this formula. L and C will be given to you, and they are asked to find out the resonant frequency. Then quality factor Q is equal to resonant frequency upon bandwidth, which is omega R upon omega 2 minus omega 1, which is called as bandwidth. Clear? So these are all important formulas of alternating circuits which are important to solve the numericals based on this chapter. Clear? So definitely if you want to solve any question related to the numericals, then definitely you should be proper, or you should thorough with all the formulas. So how to revise the formulas? You have to revise the formulas in this manner. You have to write the formulas, and then you have to make the practice of solving numericals. Once you write all the formulas on single paper, definitely when the numerical come in the paper, it is easy to tackle the question, because it is what we can say, you are now very much comfortable with the that formulas. Clear? That's why purposefully I divided this every lecture of revision into two parts, in which first part is related with the subjective revision and second part is related with the objective revision. Means it involves numerical, it involves lot of formulas which are important to solve the numericals. Clear? So in this way I completed the quick revision of the chapter alternating circuits, okay, with respect to formulas and theoretical concept like important facts, definitions and circuit diagrams. So we will meet in the next revision lecture of another important chapter. Thank you.